The Australian Tour of the Caribbean in 1972-73 was a strange one. We played the first test at Sabina Park, and about halfway through that test match, I thought to myself, something funny's going on here, and I can't work out what it is. And I told Rodney Marsh that, standing next to me. I said, but I'll work it out. And I kept hearing from the locals, wait till you get to Trinidad. Trinidad spins a lot, and we didn't have Ashley Mallett on that tour because he wasn't available. And they had Lance Gibbs and they had Inch and Ali. And about halfway through the Barbados test, which was the second one, the penny dropped for me. I thought, hello, these guys aren't trying to win the first two test matches. They're waiting for Trinidad because they think they can beat us on a pitch that turns a lot with Lance Gibbs and we haven't got Mallett. And I said to Rodney, that's okay, I now understand what they're trying to do. I said, that's okay, I don't mind that. I said, we've got a decent batting side and we've got guys who can play spin bowling. So I said, we've got a chance in the game. I sprained my ankle the day before the test match and I played, but I batted at number 6. So Greg Chappell went to number 3 and Dougie Walters bumped up to number 4. Greg got out second ball of the last over before lunch, caught and bowled off Lance Gibbs. So Doug comes in to face the first ball after lunch. Now bear in mind this is a pitch that's turning a lot and there's a big hole right on the length where Lance Gibbs likes to bowl, just outside the off stump to the right-hander. So it hits the hole, it might go that way, it might go that way, or it might go that way. So life is not that easy, particularly for a right-hander. What's the toughest shot for a right-hander to play against an off-spinner? Cover drive. Doug Walters walks in, 4 balls still to face from the over left from when Greg got out, and he cover drives the first ball for 4. It's a hard enough shot to play when you're set. Never mind just come in and do it first ball. And I thought, that's a good start. Well, that was just the beginning of things. He got 102 in the session. 3 times in his career, Doug Walters scored 100 in a session in a test match, and he did it in an international match as well. Probably only Bradman, I think, scored more hundreds in a session than Walters. He was a remarkable player. And on this occasion in Trinidad at Queen's Park Oval, as I say, there was a big hole perfectly placed for Gibbs. His field placing for Doug Walters, he had a point, he had a cover and a mid-off, no slip. So only 3 on the offside, 6 on the onside. And Doug Walters, his footwork, he wasn't a guy you remember as coming out the full 3 metres, but he was very quick on his feet. And he was very decisive. So when he came forward quickly. When he went back very quickly. So it was hard for spinners to bowl to. And he's the best player of off-spin bowling that I've ever seen. Anyhow, Gibbsy running up, bowling at this hole. And there's one sequence of shots that I'll never forget on this occasion. Gibbsy's just missed the hole by about that much. And Doug quick onto the back foot, bang, over mid-wicket, 1 bounce, 4. So Gibbsy said, right, we'll put an end to this. And he's taken the guy from point and he's put him out at mid-wicket on the boundary. So now he's got 7 on the onside, 2 on the offside. Runs in, ball pitches in roughly the same position. Doug Walters, quick, back onto the back foot and also back towards leg stump, bang, and he cuts the ball straight past point where Gibbsy's just taken this fielder from, you see. And Gibbsy now he's exasperated, you see. He says, right, you, and he calls the guy from mid-wicket and he puts him back at point, you see. Bowls the next ball and it virtually pitches in the same spot again. Doug, quick back, bang, and he hits it over mid-wicket for 4 again. And I reckon Gibbsy just sort of threw his hands in the air and, almost sort of saying, how do you bowl to this bloke? So Walters got 102 in the session. He went on to make 112, and it's one of the best, probably the second best test match that I ever played in. Australia finished up winning the match by 44 runs. And at lunch on the last day, the West Indies needed 66 to make with 5 wickets in hand, and we finished up winning by 44 runs. But we couldn't have won that match without the innings of Doug Walters. When I say he's the best player of off-spin bowling that I've ever seen, I say that because I saw him bat against, Gibbsy was the world record holder. I saw him bat against Prasanna. He got his first 200s in Test cricket were against Titmus and Allen from England, who were pretty decent off-spin bowlers. But he didn't just survive against them. in conditions where it suited the off spinner. He didn't just survive. There were times when he absolutely clattered them all around the park. Magnificent player, and I mean, I've always described Doug as a freak. I mean, they broke the mould when once he was born. Boom, they broke the mould, because to do what Doug used to do at night, with the smoking and the drinking and staying up late, and then to come out and do what he used to do on the field, quite remarkable.